Sometimes the people around you can destroy your confidence without even realizing it, not because they hate you, but because they stopped believing. And after hearing enough laughter, enough criticism, enough silence, you slowly stop believing too. This is the story of a man who disappeared. He wasn't special. That's what everybody kept telling him. Average grades, average job, average life. The type of person people overlook without even thinking. Every time he spoke about his dreams, people smiled politely. Not because they believed him, because they didn't. You want to become successful? You want to change your life? You should be realistic. And slowly, he accepted the role they gave him, the quiet guy, the lost guy, the guy with potential who never does anything. Every morning felt the same: wake up tired, scroll for hours, go, eat junk food, watch other people live the life he wanted, then repeat, again, again, again. Months passed, then years, and the worst feeling wasn't failure. It was knowing he was wasting his life. Deep down, he knew he could become more, but every time he tried to improve himself, summit, comfort, distractions, fear, the opinions of other people, and eventually he became addicted to escaping reality. Social media, videos, temporary dopamine, anything to avoid facing the truth, because the truth was painful. He hated the person he was becoming. One night, he looked at himself in the mirror for a long time. No music, no phone, no distractions, just silence. And for the first time in years, he was honest with himself. He realized something terrifying. Nobody was coming to save him. Not motivation, not friends, not family, not luck. Nobody. His future depended entirely on him. And if he stayed the same, his life would stay the same too. That night changed everything. Not because he suddenly became confident, not because he became motivated, but because he became tired of excuses, tired of wasting years. Disappear, not forever, just long enough to rebuild himself. The next morning, he deleted every distracting app from his phone. He stopped posting, stopped explaining, stopped seeking attention. People thought he was depressed. Some thought he failed. Others didn't even notice he was gone. The first weeks were brutal, because improvement looks ugly in the beginning. Waking up early felt painful. The gym felt uncomfortable. Reading books felt difficult. Discipline felt unnatural, and nobody clapped for him. Nobody congratulated him for waking up at 5 a.m. Nobody cared about his sea. Very lonely, especially when you stop entertaining people. Especially when you stop being available all the time. Especially when you choose growth over comfort. At first, he missed his old life, the easy life, the comfortable life, the distracted life, because discipline hurts before it but he kept going, one workout at a time, one page at a time, one uncomfortable decision at a time. Slowly, his body started changing, his mind became sharper, his confidence became real, not loud confidence, quiet confidence, the dangerous type, the type built through suffering. Months, and something strange happened. He stopped caring about proving people wrong, because the person he truly needed to prove wrong was himself. For years he believed he was weak, lazy, undisciplined, average. But every difficult day he survived destroyed that identity, and slowly I knew Ver, not because it looked cool online, but because for the first time in his life, he respected himself. The gym became therapy. Books became weapons. Isolation became power. Pain became fuel. Every sacrifice started building a future nobody else could see yet. While people wasted nights partying, he was mastering discipline, and day after day, he became harder to break. Then, one morning, almost a year later, he looked in the mirror again, but this time, he didn't see the same man. The tired eyes disappeared. The weak posture disappeared. The insecurity disappeared. Even his energy, because real transformation is deeper than appearance. It changes the way you walk, the way you speak, the way you think, the way you handle pressure, and eventually, he returned. Same city, same people, different human being. At first, people couldn't understand what changed, but they felt it, the confidence, the discipline, the calmness, the focus. The guy they once ignored now carried himself differently, and suddenly, people who laughed before became curious. What happened to you? How did you change so much? What's your secret? But there was no secret, just consistency, just sacrifice, just hundreds of painful days nobody saw. That's what people never understand. They only notice the results. They never notice the suffering behind them. Nobody sees the mornings you wanted to quit. Nobody sees the loneliness. Nobody sees the self-doubt. Number without invisible struggle. But real growth happens in silence, in empty rooms and painful mornings, in moments where nobody is watching. That's where people are created. Not in comfort, not in applause, not in motivation, in discipline, in repetition, in isolation. And the beautiful part, anyone can do it. You don't need perfect genetics. You don't need rich parents. You don't need permission. You just need one decision, one moment where you finally become tired of your old life. Because 1 year, one focused year, can completely change who you are. Most people underestimate 365 opportunities to become stronger. Most people stay stuck because they never disconnect long enough to rebuild themselves. They keep surrounding themselves with noise, opinions, distractions, excuses, temporary pleasure, and then they wonder why they never grow. Growth requires separation, because not everybody deserves access to the future version of you. Some people only know the old you, the weak version, the insecure version, the distracted version, and when you begin changing, they become uncomfortable, because your discipline reminds them of their excuses. Your growth no validation, no shortcuts, just you, versus your habits, versus your mind, versus your excuses. And if you survive that battle, you become dangerous. Not dangerous to others, dangerous to mediocrity, dangerous to comfort, dangerous to the weak identity that once controlled your life. The truth is, most people will never understand your transformation because they never saw your pain. They never saw the nights you cried alone, the mornings you felt broken, the moments you almost gave up, but you kept going. And eventually, that changes everything. One day your habits be, and suddenly you become the person you once admired, not because life became easier, but because you became stronger. That is the reward, not money, not attention, not validation. The reward is becoming someone you respect, someone who keeps promises to himself, someone who does difficult things, someone who no longer runs away from pain. That kind of confidence cannot be faked. It's earned day by day, choice by choice, scar by scar. So if you feel lost right now, if you feel behind in life, if nobody believes in you, remember this. The greatest transformations happen quietly. The strongest people are often invisible in the beginning, and your current situation does not define your future. 1 year from now, you can become unrecognizable mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, but only if you stop waiting, stop explaining, stop announcing your goals, and start building in silence. Because sometimes the most powerful move you can make is disappearing long enough to rebuild yourself. And when you finally return, let your results speak for you. If this message spoke to you, use the pain, use the loneliness, use the doubt, and transform yourself. Your future is watching.